Right, morning traders. Happy Wednesday. CPI today. So that's obviously the main thing on the cards. Let me know in the chat if you want me to cover any reports, any questions that you do have on edgeful. But we'll get right into the charts here to start off. Let me know if you guys can hear me. You can see me, or you should be able to see my screen right. Okay, cool. So we're looking pretty bullish this morning on the S&P and NASDAQ charts heading into CPI. I would like to see a clearance of this level here. I'm looking at the CFD data, so it will be slightly different to the futures, but the chart looks obviously pretty similar. Morning, everyone in the chat. Just put in the live chat there if you want me to cover anything. But just looking at the S&P, so ES, if we can clear this level here, 6074, so 74 level, I will be looking for some longs and extensions. But we got the CPI data coming out in the next 20 minutes or so. The NASDAQ as well looks pretty bullish as too. We are still trading kind of at a heavy resistance level as well. Again, if we can clear this level here, 2800, 21800, I would be looking for some longs and extension. Of course, slightly different pricing to the futures chart. So just to make sure that you are viewing my screen as well. The DAX has been obviously making new all-time highs heading into CPI as well. So that's going to be very, very interesting. We've been just making new highs almost every single day. This past 2 weeks, it feels like, even longer than that. I mean, from the recent pullback from the start of Jan, we are already up about 12%. So the DAX been very, very, So we'll see if we do get a pullback on that, what's going to happen as well. Nvidia and Tesla are both up pre-market, and then across the other Mag 7 broader watch list, we got a little bit of a mixed bag, but mostly green across the board here. Meta are making new all-time highs as well. If we also just go to some gold, I know some traders here trade gold as well. We are getting pullbacks off those all-time highs now from 950 level. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, coming into CPI, we wait for the data to come in, and we will take it from there. Anyone got any charts or any reports that they would like to look at? You guys know some of my favorite reports with edgeful itself is how you guys finding the new website, by the way. How you guys enjoying that? I do know that it has made it a lot more efficient for me personally. So that has obviously helped a lot. But yeah, everything all in one place has been really, really neat. So on the right-hand side, the watch list section, you can just add your tickers over here. Okay, you can get everything you want in one place. And then also, if you, as I said, you can have the reports section. You can bookmark them as well. So let's just run over a couple of my favorite reports that I do like to use, and I think that you guys should check out. First one being that previous day's range report. So if we just go to the S&P 500, yes, right, it'll be slightly different, but let's just go over here. You can actually have a look in the last year. Let's go to that daily time frame, daily customizable session. And you can actually see, if we just about weekday, on a Wednesday, if we take out the highs, previous day's highs, 64% of the time closing as a bullish closing day, and a bearish closing day, 68% of the time. If we actually go over here to the NASDAQ, right, if we go here to the NASDAQ, over here, you can actually see 75 and 89 on a Wednesday. So a lot more higher conviction in that over there, right? So that's actually pretty interesting. Okay, another one of the favorite reports, especially on the NASDAQ, I think has been quite high. Also, ES is that initial balance breakout report. Okay, so that's another nice one that traders like to use. This RB is basically after the first hour sets a high and low. What are the chances that we actually, we hold one side? So you can actually see over here. You can actually see over here. Okay, 84% of the time. Let's see, initial. Okay, we actually need to change that time frame here. Make sure that's got from 9:30 to 10:30. So at the first hour of the market open. 77% of the time, single breaks, double breaks, only 21% of the time. So how traders like to trade this is if we go to the NASDAQ, right? Basically, if we get that initial balance set in from yesterday. So let's go like that, edgeful. And you do have the indicators, right? So there are the indicators, okay? So as mentioned, there are the indicators. If you come here to indicators of here and invite only, you'll get them all up here. But you do need to come onto the website and actually request for the indicators over here. On the right-hand side, Trading View Indicator Access. So that is where you can request the customizable indicators that you do come with the reports on the website, right? So as you can see how traders do like to use this, if we take out one side of the RB, which we did yesterday on NASDAQ, you can look for some longs in continuation, and maybe you get some longs over here somewhere to end the trading day yesterday. But there were some beautiful longs off the open to fill the gap. I know some traders were looking to close that gap fill over there, and that was really, really nice. I think from the open, the gap fill was about like 100 points or so. We can actually get that edgeful gap fill in there, and you can actually see from that really, really nice that gap fill. Yeah, it was over 100 points actually yesterday, as you can see from the change of day. I've got the extended market I was on with the CFD data, right? But so it is actually pretty easy to see that gap fill pricing. So that is the two reports that some traders like using. Another one of my favorites, is that opening candle continuation. Very similar to the gap fill, to the initial balance breakout report, where if the first hour is bullish, right, you can look at it by first 30 minutes, first hour. If the first hour is bullish, what are the odds that we close as a bullish closing day? And you can actually see on the NASDAQ in the last, let's look at the last 6 months worth of data, and then from 9:30 to 10:30 first 60 minutes, but you can customize this. You can change it, right? All the way from 5 minutes to 3 hours. But in the last year, if that first hour is bullish, 81% of the time we close as a green closing day. So obviously with NASDAQ being bullish, the first hour being bullish yesterday, you could maybe pick off some longs later on in the afternoon. Okay. I tried to short the S&P yesterday. Probably was a little bit too eager. I did put my daily review in the live chat over here. So make sure you guys are actually giving this a read, because, I'm always putting my transparency in here. Win, lose, I'm always putting it in here. So yesterday was not a great day, 1.7% down. So, you take it one day at a time, right? Any questions? What's up, Rick? Good to have Hoa. What's up? Okay, so as mentioned, what I'm seeing just on before CPI, I would like longs above this level over here, and then we'll see what we do get on the shorts below. We are trading. We actually, quite interestingly enough, we actually pinned weekly VWAP, which is that blue line coming across my screen here. Obviously, start of weekly VWAP to almost the T, and now moving higher off of that. Daily time frame looks pretty bullish. Hourly time frame looks bullish as well. So we haven't taken out previous day's highs yet, so that we are monitoring that. But we are looking quite bullish across the indexes here, I would say, coming into CPI. But of course, that could all change. So we have to, we'll take it. We'll take it as it comes. We've got the data coming out in the next 12 minutes, right? Data for CPI coming out in the next 12 minutes. Any questions that anyone is looking at? Any reports that you guys are enjoying? I know there were some questions on the weekly retracement. If you do have any questions, right, please come here to the edgeful website, and bottom right-hand section here is the live chat. This is where you will get the fastest help, okay? Just as simple as that, you are going to get the fastest help over here. So make sure that you do come and request reports or anything like that. That is where that is going to happen, okay? Yeah, Candace, I did note that. I'll message the team based. Yeah, I'll message the team for you, 100%. Okay, so just in terms of, let's just go to some of these individual tickers as well. NVIDIA, after the drop off, we had quite a nice bullish day yesterday, trading above previous week's highs. as well. So you can actually see previous week's highs. That is also, you do get the indicator with edgeful there as well. But yeah, trading above that previous week's high zone as well over here, and then coming into off that drop off from 114. So trading quite nicely, actually, very, very nice. Tesla's been trading very, very poorly in the last bit, yeah. But yeah, you can actually see, well, we're up pre-market here, but very, very bad, sell off here. Trading below previous, I had marked off here, trading below previous day's lows continuously, and that's quite a nice stat that I like to use, as mentioned, in terms of looking for continuation patterns. You can see when I marked that off, look how we were trading below the previous day's lows, which is this white dotted line coming across my screen. Look how we are trading continuously, taking those lows out and not failing to actually bounce off of them. So if we come here to Tesla, let's go like that. Tesla, let's just go to that previous day's range report. Okay. And then let's just go the last 6 months. We can look at it, and then just by standard, we can see if we take out the previous day's low, 77% of the time will close as a bearish closing day. Okay. So that's quite a high, report with that. And then obviously by weekday, you can actually see there's going to be different days that will be, more high conviction than others. For example, Mondays are not actually great for the longs. So this is why I love edgeful. It's every single day is going to be different. You can't just come in and trade the previous day's high on a Monday or whatever it is. There's going to be different times for each day. Like, if you come here to, let's just go to a Friday. Look at that. When we take out the previous day's highs, we've got a 93% chance that we'll close bullish in the last 6 months. Okay, let's just go to the last year. Okay, you can actually see that drops down to 73. Thursday, 62. Wednesday, 65. And then it's up to 69 on a Monday. But it will be different for everything. Like, look at NVIDIA. Let's just have a look at NVIDIA, what this will trade for NVIDIA in the last year. Okay, and then Monday, Tuesday, 73. Okay, not great stats there on that previous day's range report. Let's go to that opening candle continuation with NVIDIA. We can also look at it by weekday. Okay, that first hour is pretty crucial. So let's just have a look on a Monday. Okay, 70% and 72. This 84 and 63, basically. 95% on a Wednesday. If that first hour was bullish, we closed the day green. So pretty high conviction stats there. 81, and then a Friday again, 81 as well. So yeah, as I said, there's a few reports that I like using, and I would say go check them out. The previous day's range report. So it's the previous day's range report. Opening candle continuation, initial balance breakout. Go have a look at those. Right, very, very nice. So as mentioned, we got the news coming out in the next 5 minutes or so. But that's kind of what I'm seeing on the indexes right now. Just going to have to wait until that data print. Just remove some of my drawings here. Perfect. So yeah, we were sitting right at previous day's highs, and also obviously resistance from Monday as well. So that's that. We can just extend that level too. Okay, so as I said, I would like longs above here, and then shorts. We'll see. We are trading above all key VWAPs at the moment. And again, we'll have the CPI print, and then we still got the open as well, of course. And then if you just come here to the main, let's just go over here, and I think, what is this? Volume trends. Where was that report? I think someone was looking at the after CPI or anything like that. That on the news. You can also check that out. That report. I think it was. Choose report type. I believe it was Yeah, on that, what was it on that news? Economic, was it not yeah, economic? Yeah, I think it was something to someone was asking about the after the E-Trip news event. Not something that I use too much. As I said, I've mentioned those ones that I use predominantly. Okay, so obviously I'm flat going into the CPI print here. I'm not too worried about anything at the moment. The DAX chopping at all-time highs again. And then let's just go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like we are holding up here, but we're trading underneath weekly view app. Okay, trading underneath weekly view app. And then, but we are trading above daily view app. So a bit of indecision over there. We did have that fall off from, we broke through Monday's highs over here and then literally fell off from high to low over 3%. So I think everything just waiting for the CPI print to come out. Any questions? Put in a live chat. Any tickers that you guys want me to cover? Anything that you guys enjoy? Opening range. Okay, so you guys like the opening range as well. Okay, so opening range. Yeah, we can go over that. Let's just go to the opening range breakout stats. So this is for ES. Okay. Cool. So opening range stats then on ES, you can see we can actually go by week there as well. I think a lot of the guys that I trade with like using this double break stat. Okay. You can see. Yeah. So I don't personally trade the opening range. How do you guys usually trade the opening range yourself? What specifically with the opening range are you looking for? 2 minutes till the CPI news release here. Thoughts on Tesla? Sure. Yeah, I mean, are you looking at from a long-term perspective, intraday perspective? What type of time frame are you looking at speaking of when you mention Tesla? But yeah, if you're looking at it from like an intraday perspective, I mean, we are clearly trading. We are clearly trading below weekly view app. Okay, below weekly view app, below previous week's lows. And below that 5-minute 200 EMA, which I like. We're currently sitting on it at the moment. I mean, I was just having a look. Actually, I made some notes on the daily time frame here. I mean, if we break here, I was saying we could easily get back down to like 320. But now maybe we could even come back. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see this. From when we had that. When Trump got elected president back to 4th of November, 5th of November. That gap over there where I think we did gap up like 12%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, something like it was quite hectic. We're up like quite big. Just out of curiosity, why don't you trade the opening range? Just not something that I trade. I just see the markets a little bit differently. I prefer trading that previous day's range report and the opening candle continuation report, or the RB report. It's just something that I prefer to trade. I see it a little bit differently like that. And I don't trade gap fill. No, I don't trade gap fill. Personally, I do keep it in mind, but I don't trade. I just, as I said, I think everybody sees it differently. I just personally see the markets. It makes sense how I see the markets with that opening candle continuation, the RB report, and that previous day's range report. I like stocks as swings and futures. Yeah, I think Tesla, as I said, it hasn't been trading too great right now. It looks like we're coming down now on that CPI news. We're getting bombed at the moment. Dow very, very coming down quite aggressively. Yeah, I mean that's pretty big. Yep. I mean Dow, we're down 400 points there. Quite aggressive move on that. Let's just go to the NASDAQ. Yeah, the NASDAQ down as well. So as I said, we're going to have to see if we hold up here. I did say I like shorts below this level here, which we've taken out in our previous day's lows. So we'll have to monitor this. Okay, we're getting pullback on the DAX as well. So all world market indexes coming down now. Yeah, I think, I think on Tesla for a swing position right now. I would say it's tough to look for longs at the moment. Particularly, I mean, index is coming down. Tesla hasn't been trading strong. So what I would probably say is wait until we get maybe a back above that, weekly view up, and then we can see if we can find strength. But we're not looking great here on these indexes at the minute. Juliet, what with a down move, does that change your bias? How do you establish it using the reports? Yeah, my really short may actually play out after it took some profits off that. Yeah, now are you speaking about the NQ, Candice? Yeah, I was actually trying to short the Dow yesterday and the S&P, which would obviously be in profit right now, but I actually ended up getting out as we broke through that weekly view up. Yeah, so as mentioned, I did like the shorts below this level on the S&P. We have taken out previous day's lows now as well. Okay, so we've taken out previous day's lows now as well. And as mentioned, if we just come over here, let's go to that previous day's range report with ES. Okay, so I would be favoring the shorts right now, but we could easily bounce here. So I'm just going to wait until the open as well. That's going to be what I'm kind of seeing at the minute. Let's just go to that. Let's just go to the last year, and let's just go from the daily time frame, like that daily. And you can actually see when you take out the lows, 67% of the chance we close as bearish closing day, but also by weekday, you can actually see Wednesday is actually quite a high probability day, 78% of the time. If we take out the lows, we close as a bearish closing day in itself as well. So, as mentioned, knowing that, I'm probably going to lean short, but this is how you can use the previous day's range report as well as like the opening candle continuation report to get a bias. If that first hour is bearish and we've taken out the previous day's lows, we can definitely have high conviction in some shorts. That's some of my best plays for an intraday perspective. Okay. So you can see we've taken out those previous days highs, lows now as well. Okay, which is that white dotted line coming across the screen. You can see that on the chart, plotted on the chart, right? Okay, so body closure on the 5-minute chart as well below that too. Okay, so clearly I want to stay short bias. So maybe we can get something like this, and then some continuation. We also something interesting just to see. We are also we failed to get up to previous week's highs, and now we could be looking for a move back towards those lows, something like this, right on the S&P, something like that from just a longer term player in terms of that, like something like that back towards the previous week's lows, which is this red line here. That indicator is also with edgeful. You can see that previous week's range indicator. Yeah, previous week's range indicator. Okay. So that's probably something that we could be seeing on the S&P, that I would like to see today. Obviously, with this week, the data coming out week, we'll be moving low off the data release on CPI. Big bar though, massive bar. This is about 60 points on the S&P right now. Okay, guys. So you kind of got my plan. I want to stay short bias on these indexes going into the open. I appreciate you guys all being on for today's pre-market prep. We normally keep it to about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, depending on how active, if I've got any trades. But I want to stay short bias on these indexes for now. We've taken out the previous day's lows, and now we'll see what the first hour brings. But ideally, I move back into that level that I had there and then look for some continuation sell-off. Appreciate you guys all being on, and we'll see you then on tomorrow and throughout the day in the chat here. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you guys then.